What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's video, and this is me in the future, technically. I took the rx7 out to a Cruisin' Oklahoma event where we actually met at Stroud, which is in between OKC and Tulsa. And we all met there. It was like 500 some odd cars. And then we drove through a couple of towns and ended up at Hallett racing circuit. So, excuse me. The entry was like $5, and then everybody got a couple of parade laps where we were supposed to, just parade around. But we got some distance, and I was able to go full throttle a couple times. But something happens at the end of it, and yeah, I'll show you the clip now.
What we do here is go back.
Okay, as you just saw and heard, I thought a boost coupler came off, or I was hopeful, but I knew deep down that it wasn't a boost coupler. I was able to drive it home. It was just fine. And you come over here, no boost leaks at all. Everything seems solid. I'm shaking it. Come over here, and same thing happened as the hot side. And again, if you guys haven't seen that video a couple of weeks ago, or months, I guess now, we blew a big hole over here, and I made this plate, cut it. It used to be square, cut it off, and re-welded this. And it fixed the problem. It's not gonna crack or blow out again on this side, but the same issue is on this side. What it is I made the intercooler 10 years ago when I was first starting to weld, and there just isn't penetration. You can see these crappy ass welds versus what I weld now, and this is full penetration, this is not, and that's same with over here. So we've got to take out the intercooler, flip it over, and see how bad the damage is. Okay, let's bring it out to the light, shall we? As you can see, this is the repaired side, and it's all looking beautiful as ever. No problem. Over here is still, I've had to repair this once, because when I cut this off, I cut into the weld. So I've ran over this quite a few years ago. But this is all original. As you can see, it blew it out. I mean, there's no other explanation. But as I was saying, this was back when I first started welding, and you can see it's not fully penetrated, and down here it's barely even penetrated at all. All that's unwelded aluminum. So that's why it blew. If this was full penetration, we wouldn't have had this problem, but this shouldn't be pressurizing like that. So we're I've got to figure out if I just want to close that back and weld it properly, and it should be fine, or go ahead and modify it like I did the hot side and kind of force the air into the outlet. So we'll figure that out here in a second. I'm gonna put a C-clamp on it and see if I can't just bend it back, but I've got to clean everything first. So let's do that. Step one, cleaning it and beveling the edge like that. Step two is going to be trying to hammer this back together. I've decided I'm just going to weld it, but we have a lot of welding. We have all of this to weld, and then if you look, all of this is cracking too. But I want to weld all this together before we try to tackle this.
What we do here is go back.
Okay guys, I touched one time. My camera's only set to record 10 minutes, so you guys didn't see me fully weld it, but yeah, it turned out pretty well. Like I said, this side was really dirty, so there was no option for me to just hammer it back and weld it. And I'm super happy with how this came out. You can see we're still dirty right there. Which is to be expected because I couldn't go in there and clean it all the way. But that's going to hold a lot better than what this has. And that's working over there. So I don't really see a problem. I don't think it's going to blow up there. Like I said, this is full penetration now, with everything beveled. So this should be able to take like 3 times the amount of pressure that it did take, because it really wasn't even penetrated. It was just welded on top, because I do weld aluminum a little cold. I like to have it above what you're welding. So that was the only part that was holding it together. We had no penetration into the aluminum. So now I feel like we got full penetration, if not maybe a little bit less, but that turned out really nice. So we gotta let it cool off. I don't want to put it back in the car right now. Just like that, it's all put back together. I don't know, we probably have like 2 hours max prepping. That includes filming and all that jazz. It really wasn't that long. That's really why I preferred to just weld it back instead of coming in and cutting it from here to the edge, because that's honestly what we need to do for the design. That way, as you can see, it shoots out the hot side, it compresses it so it forces it into the runners, and then when it comes out, we need it to again collapse to force it out here. And that's why it specifically blew out here, because this, I think, is creating a swirl or a high pressure zone here, just like this was over here. But like I've said throughout the whole video, that was the first thing I fucking welded. It's horrible. It's amazing. It's lasted 10 years. It's lasted 4 engines, so I think I got my money's worth, even though I did it. It's just a $100 eBay core intercooler, and I just built the tanks. So it's definitely been worth it. The other problem, I think, is this is building a high pressure zone, but this isn't letting enough air out. So when it happened when I shifted, so when this throttle body shuts, this lets out the air here, but it couldn't let out the air here, the pressure. And so the pressure stayed here, and the turbo is still throwing air out even as I shift, just because it's a small turbo that's easy to spool. So we're gonna start this up and give it a couple revs, and that's gonna end it for this video. So I appreciate you guys watching the channel, and as always, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe for more content. See you guys.